Good morning and welcome to New Forest Morphs. We'd like to thank everyone for your love and support that we've been receiving lately, and all our new subscribers. Thank you very much for jumping onto our channel. Jared and I have had a really interesting morning cleaning this morning, or should we say almost not cleaning. What was the good news today, Jared, that we want to share with our followers?
Most of them didn't poo or wee, so really easy clean.
160 snakes, and I've got my list here. I did 3 spot cleans. Spot cleans, not deep cleans. I did 1 deep clean in a shed from Casper, who we'll bring out and show you in a minute, and Tessa, who's our Spotnose het clown, vanilla Spotnose het clown, in part of our Batman project. She shed out. They're both glowing, and both their poos were very small, very firm, easy to clean, and I've had a really light day. So I'm absolutely delighted that all this fasting is blessing us as well, isn't it, Jared? It means we can focus on other things. So today we're going to be doing lots about the behaviour of our animals. I think I sense and feel that people want to see snakes and they want to see behaviour and how we interpret that behaviour, Jared. So shall we start really with the girls that are breeding or preparing to breed? We've got all our girls. We're going to go through all our breedings girls today. We're going to do the 2 that were shed out and show you their conditioning and how they're looking. And then I think we're going to do Jared's got to share something with us on his Instagram, which he got the other day, which he wanted to share with the viewers, which is an amazing Batman we want to share with you, which will follow on nicely from when we show our Spotnose girl, if that's okay, with her potential. And at the end, I'm going to give a huge shout out to Ben at his video channel. He's just put out a really good video, an update, and he's just bought himself a green tree python, and it's stunning. And there's another one coming. So Ben, thank you very much for sharing that video with us yesterday and for your support on our channel. We want to give some love back, and we're going to encourage our followers to go on to you. Ben's a very futuristic person. He does use technology to help him, and you know that dilemma between do we go Viv, do we go Rub? He's got an in-between solution for people that want the best of both worlds, and he's created a drawer that looks like a Viv. Well, he's not created it, he's bought it and had it bespoke to his snakes. And I think he is setting the future path for us as breeders, where I think that's where it's going to go eventually. That we'll probably find that we'll get a movement towards larger enclosures, but still have the functionality of the drawer system. And have you got any views on that, Jared? I mean, what are your thoughts on the debate between Rubs and Vibs?
I think they both work. Ideally, I like the look of Vivs more. I think it looks nice and there's a bit more space for the snakes, but I don't see a problem with Rubs as long as they've got enough space and they've got everything they need and the husbandry is good.
The key is to upgrade bigger sizes as they grow. I mean, there's nothing worse than putting a growing snake into a small Rub in my book. So what we've done is it's cost us money, but as the gills get bigger, they get into a much bigger enclosure. And as they get even bigger, you can upgrade even further and you can go bigger and bigger and bigger and still have... I say ball pythons like to be in small spaces, but also they like to explore. So it's a question of getting that balance right, and there's no wrong or right answer. I think it's down to our personal choice and the snake as well. Obviously, each snake will have different feelings about its environment. Some like to be in very tight, small spaces. Some may want to explore. So I don't think there's a wrong or right answer. I think we've got to judge it ourselves on the ground, on our local conditions areas, and make that judgment call for ourselves. So why don't we just have a quick look at the 2 animals that shed out. In fact, there was 3, Jared. You had 1 shed out on your side, didn't you, when you were doing your cleaning? And that was Cookie, which is our lesser...
It was Bambi.
Bambi, our lesser...
Spotnose.
Lesser Spotnose. So we'll start off first of all with the first shed, which is Casper. Is that Casper? Here he is. Let's have a little look at him. There he is, Jared. Isn't he beautiful? You're very attached to him, aren't you? Why are you attached to him, Jared?
He was our first bell that we produced.
Yeah.
And he had this really amazing pattern on his back.
Yeah.
And on his dorsal, and it's beautiful.
Let's have a look at him and see how he's doing.
It's like a yellow. It used to be a big pattern, now it's more just a line. It's still really pretty.
Yeah. Let's pull him out into the light a little bit more, because I think the more he comes into the light, the more you can enjoy him. He is a beautiful animal, Jared. Isn't he lovely?
Yeah.
He is big enough to breed with. I think we've got some plans to put him into a project, haven't we, Jared?
He's going into Venus at the moment, I think.
Venus. So what are we trying to produce with him? What's the plan? What are we going to produce? He's 100% het for Ultramale, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he's a bamboo Mojave 100% het for ultra male. So Venus, let's
I
have a
think
look.
it's Venus he's going to.
Is it Venus?
I have to check the records. It's either Venus or...
Let's have a look and see how she's doing. So she's seeking the cool spot right now. Can you see how she's cooling out? So you'll find a lot of our girls are actually building follicles right now, and we're going to show you on our breeding girls in a minute. But before we do that, let's just show you our beautiful Spotnose het clown girl, Tessa. Now I think she is a vanilla Spotnose 100% het clown. And she, Jad, honestly, she shed out today and she looks absolutely stunning. Look how beautiful she is. Isn't she lovely?
Yeah.
And if I bring her into the light, she's very relaxed, very happy. She's about 1100 grams, so she'll be for next year. Let's bring her into the light and see whether we can get her real colours on there as well. You can see the light. There you go. She's beautiful, and I took her into the natural light and she was showing signs of gold in her colouring chart.
Yeah.
But the Spotnose gives you that very good contrast between black and gold, and the Spotnose has all these lovely shaped alien heads that are all kind of beautifully laid out. But it's the head stamp that we love a lot. But the vanilla will also help it become more contrast, and so we'll probably shoot for some vanilla Batmans with her. Is that what we're aiming for? And the partner that we're going to put to her will be which partner are we going to put to her, Jack? When she's ready.
We haven't got there yet.
Next year.
Probably Hercules.
Hercules will be the hubby.
And he's our Pastel Enchi leopard lesser clown.
Let's have a quick look at him, see how he's doing, Jad. So you can see the future partner Hercules. Now, interesting enough, because everything's going through de-stress mode right now, we have tried to pair up some of the boys that haven't locked. Now he's going into shed. I can see that, Jad. Have you noticed he's going into a slightly darker colour?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't realise that he's moving into shed. So we won't disturb him too much. But he's carrying all the ingredients for the Batman project with that girl. And I'll just get some water on him. What we like to do is, when we're helping them shed, we've got 55% humidity in here at the moment. We actually spray the hot spot. And what's the reason for spraying the hot spot rather than the cold spot, Jared?
Just you don't really want cold, wet facility with a nice warm.
The mistake people make
humid.
is they spray the cold spot and it's cooler there, and therefore you get cold humidity, which is not good for them. Warmer humidity is better. So that what that happens is, by spraying extra moisture on that side, and sometimes we even spray the animal. Yeah. Now he won't like this, but I'll put a little bit of spray on him.
I won't like that either.
But what we do is sometimes we spray the animal.
Watering can coming your way.
But yeah, me and Jared are going to have a water fight later. It'll be a bit of fun. But the reason why I do that, now that water is probably about lukewarm. 82. It's lukewarm, so you don't shock them with cold water. Give them a spray, so that if your ambient temperature is say 55, 60, but they need 70 or 80 to shed properly. Since we've been taking this technique, number one, our snakes don't get chilled. Number two, they get enough moisture to shed. And number three, we haven't got to have massive humidity in the ambient temperature. The ambient humidity doesn't have to be perspiring all the time, because if you've got it high enough that when you supplement the animal with the extra spray, you get the best of both worlds. They get the perfect humidity in there, we get a good space to work ourselves. And then Jared, you put on a green tag.
Yep.
So that's the pairing there. So now let's move across to the girls and let's see how the girls are looking, Jared. Now what we're looking for is follicle behaviour development. In other words, follicle growth is what we're looking for here, Jared. So let's start here first of all with this girl here. Now this is our Super Pastel. Look at this behaviour, Jared. So she's wrapped around. See how she's cleaning the bowl. She wants to come out and explore, which is absolutely fine. She's always... This was our problem feeder about 2 years ago, wasn't it, Jared? Do you remember you had to assist feed her?
Yeah, for months.
Yeah. And now look how big she is now. So anyone that's assist feeding, please don't worry, because they will learn to feed. She feeds like a good one at the moment. She doesn't want to feed at the moment. All she wants is she wants to...
She feeds like a good one at the moment. She doesn't want to feed at the moment.
No, I mean, like when I say she wants to feed when there's rat smell in it. Yeah, she'll be out there.
Not right now, but
yeah. So what you've got here is, if you look at her, she's a beautiful animal, and we're going to use her for which project, Chad?
Where is she? The Super Pastel Het Pied. I'm assuming we're putting in the dream school to her.
No, we're putting in
Oh.
the Exantic
Oh yeah,
boy.
yeah.
They haven't locked yet, but we're trying to produce some het Exantic pieds that have got the pastel. She's super pastel, so that's what we're doing there now. She just wants to come and play for a bit. And I might actually let her come and play. See how she's bowl wrapping though? She's naturally wanting to bowl wrap at the moment. See? And she's spilt a bit of water into her. See how she's dampened herself down? What I'll do is I might just put her around my neck while we film. She wants to explore at the moment, so why don't we give her a chance to explore? And let's see what else is going on here. Now this one here is our double het project, which is
Orange Ghost Pied.
Yeah. Now what's another name for orange ghost, Jared?
Hypo.
Hypo. So often referred to as hypo. And again, she's just hugging their bowl. She's seeking the cool spot, and she's chilled. She's happy. So let's see what other activities are going on amongst our females.
Cool looking snakes.
Yeah. So let's
these
see.
ones are cool as well, but these ones are the.
This is what your favourite project, Jared, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now this is Mango. Now she's done this all by herself. She's moving.
Shed.
She's going to shed. See that? So what we'll do there is we will just spray her down a little bit, like this. To assist her with her shedding. So warm water. That'll just lift the humidity for her. She'll have a nice shed, and then we'll just leave her in peace. But she's got double protection, a hide, plus she's gone underneath the paper, so she wants double protection. Right, the other thing with her is we found that she was tipping her water bowls, and that's another reason to put in a bigger water bowl. So if you've got animals that are tipping small water bowls, I recommend getting a bigger one, heavier, and only fill it halfway, so that if they do want to knock it around, it doesn't spill everywhere. But okay, so let's just see what else we've got going on in here. So here we have our pied girl. Now let's see what she's up to. Not another one going into shed, is it?
Yeah.
Jed, I missed this.
You missed a lot of them.
Because
This is why Dad's got this new thing of cleaning in the dark.
I've actually, yeah, I've accustomised the snakes to not be shocked, gently introduce them to light, and as a result I'm missing sheds. So there's a trade-off between, you know, do I shock them or gently bring them on, and I've gently brought them on, but I've obviously realised that. So Jad, what we should do is, she's on the hot spot, she's looking great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray her down. She won't like this. See? But look, I'll spray her down. She's not flinching, she's tolerating it, and they get used to it after a while, but if we fail to get the humidity right, she'll be in stuck shed, and we don't want that. So, enough just to moisten her body. She's tolerating it. She's not going into hiding or anything.
Is that a good swim, Athena?
There you go. Jared kind of wasn't convinced of this approach, were you, Jared? You were spraying the paper down, and I said I do think that if you can go directly onto the snake with warm water, they won't like it initially, but they'll get used to it. And we have less problem sheds now. We have much less problem sheds since we've been doing that, and Jared's now moved across to my...
Well, I still spray the paper.
Do you still say spray the paper?
I think it's more about getting the humidity in the air.
If your sheds aren't happy, Jared, then we'll come back to readdress that. But
I think it's more about getting the humidity in the air rather than on the actual snake. But
yeah,
see what people say about that.
I've been doing
What's your thoughts?
I've been doing it for months, and I've seen a difference. And
yeah, I've been doing it for years. Rob, you tell us. Settle this debate.
So we've got a little bit of difference of opinion, but all I know is that when I haven't done it, I've had more shed problems, Jared.
Yeah, I think it's just about getting
That's what I'm saying.
Getting it moist and humid.
And I know it's not ideal to spray directly onto a snake, but you know, and I guess each snake's different. Ones that don't like it, then spray down the hot spot. Those that aren't too bad about it, I feel that direct contact with water can sometimes help them. But you know, they go in their water bowls if they want extra water as well. And another reason to have big water bowls is to help them with the humidity. Should we try and put this girl back and see if she'll go back now?
Sure.
Come on, girl, you've had your time. Now this is a girl that's preparing to breed, and like she wants a bit of love and affection, and so we're going to give it to her. She'll probably want to come out and stay a bit longer, but we'll just see. Let's see what her behaviour's like when I put her back. Will she want to still come out and play, or will she want to go back? Now she wants to come out and play. She's always been that way. As a hatchling, she's always wanted to come out and explore. And that has been the case as an adult as well, but she's a lovely girl. Right, so that's that one. Let's have a little look at the next one now. So over here we've got Tinker. She gave us that beautiful...
Tinker?
Not Tinker, she's a sister of Tinker. She's a Pastel 100% het pied. Ariel, sorry, Ariel. She gave us the Orange Dream banana clutch, Pastel clutch, didn't she? She's recovering really well, and she's on the cool side again. She's cool seeking, she's building. Your big girl Toast. What is her behaviour, Jan? What's she up to?
She's on the cool spot, just building her follicles. She's a big girl.
Is she moving into shed? Or was it your shadow?
No, that's my shadow.
Yeah, she's likely to give us our first clutch again. And what I need to do is, as we go, we should be putting these green tags on so we know which animals are in shed. And the ones that we've said is Mango's in shed.
Yeah.
So this is quite good. We're doing an audit on my work at the moment. It's not good. I think what I'll do is, Jared, I'll put the lights on gently, and then when I'm cleaning, I'll put them on full.
Yeah.
Because I'm missing sheds, because I'm not seeing correctly. And that's one of the problems why we have problems with sheds, is we're missing sheds and we're not treating them correctly. But the green tag tells us, give it extra love and attention. It's just a reminder, when you've got a big collection, it's so easy to overlook. So moving down, we've got here, this is our beautiful clown. I think it's Xena. Look at that for classic bowl wrap, Jared. And she's in shed as well. Now those big bowls I think are brilliant. Just look at the coverage they're getting in terms of follicle cooling. The advantage of a big bowl is you get better follicle development, I believe. And it was Richard at Predator BP that put me onto this idea and said,
he was installing swimming pools, wasn't he, into their rubs?
Diving boards.
diving boards,
yeah, diving boards. I think he may have got that from Rob. I'm not sure where he got that from, but all I know is that since we've done it, it's really good, isn't it? And their humidity is better as well, because it's not the depth of the water that creates humidity, it's the size of the surface area that creates the humidity, which I learned that from Rob. Moving on down, let's have a look and see what else we've got going on here. So here we have our Dreamsicle girl. What is she doing, Jared? She's obviously cool. Now we can check the temperatures as we go and see what her temperature is. Now she's chosen to be 83, 82, 83.
Yeah,
so that's the classic cooling temperature, isn't it? Follicles grow better around about that temps.
Yeah, I think between 80 and 85 is usually...
Is right, yeah. So she's happy, she's chilled. We'll leave her in peace. And let's go. The boys, we've got a couple of boys at the bottom there. We won't disturb those. Just carry
Super Gravel.
Super Gravel. So where's our Super Gravel?
Electra.
Electra. Let's see what she's up to. She was in her bowl a minute ago. She was swimming in her bowl, cooling, which was lovely. She does that a lot, and that's another reason why they have big water bowls. It gives them an option to bathe. And animals do like to bathe. And there she is. She's moved. She's had a swim and now she's sunbathing. She's on 87, Jared. Is her temperature. 88, 89 at the back.
Yeah,
she's warming up the back, but she's on 87, 88 there. So she's on perfect temps, and she's looking great. And what's the plan with her, Jack?
I'm putting my gravel het clown male to her.
And we want to produce Super Gravel.
Super Gravels that are 50% het clown.
Super Gravel's 50% het clown, and if she gives us a decent clutch, at least one or two of them could be 100% het gravel, couldn't they?
Exactly.
Het clown, sorry. This one's in shed. Let's have a look and see what she's up to. Now, which one is this one? I can't remember. This is our clown. Is it our lesser Enchi clown?
Yeah. With the paradox on.
With the paradox in, and I didn't spray her down, Jad. I must give her a little bit of extra humidity. So I'll just gently go on this. She's not flinching. She's tolerating it. And that will help her shed out. Okay. And again, she's seeking the hot spot. Okay, we're almost there, and then we'll do our shout out. How are we doing for time, Joe?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, so we're doing well, we're doing well.
We've done that one.
Done that one, this one here. So here we have our bamboo girl. She was bowl wrapping earlier. She's spilt water, she's trying to cool down. Check her temps. So she's showing 87, 88 on her body. and she's got 82, 83 at the cold spot. So if she wants to cool, she can. When she wants to warm, she can. You'll find that they will go in and out of the warmth and the cold, won't they, Jack? To suit them. But having that gradient, I think, is really important, because not everyone has a gradient. And I was going to actually mention one point I've learnt recently, Jared, is I think Anton at High Desert Ghosts, lovely guy. I was watching one of his interviews, and he's being interviewed by Gershon at GP Snakes, and I love watching these interviews because you learn a lot from other people's techniques. And what Anton has said, and he's been breeding snakes for many years, he said that his slug rate went down to 0, and he made one fundamental change to his collection. And guess what that was, Jared?
Temps.
He threw away the heat mats in his collection. He literally threw them away, and he created an ambient temperature on the whole of his room.
Interesting.
And he said he went from a lot of slugs to 0 slugs overnight.
Yeah.
He also has other techniques to help his boys to stay in good shape when they breed. He throws them what he calls like when you're training a dog and you give them a treat when they do something right. He treats his males when they do a log. He gives them a reward. I do like his motivational approach to keeping snakes. And go check out Anton. He's High Desert Ghost. He's got a very similar logo to us. It's funny how we both ended up with similar logos. I don't know how that happened.
It wasn't planned.
It wasn't planned, but it was quite...
We had a design us one, and it was on the layer that we found out that it looked pretty much the same.
Yeah, I think what we can do, Jared, is we're going to do a logo that has motion to it. And I think Joe Tully's Joe Tully has very kindly sent us the links. And during the Christmas period, Jared and I are going to have a look at that and play with it. And hopefully in the new year we might be able to have a new intro to our videos that you guys might like. And the one I do like, I'll be honest with you, there's one I really like a lot, which I think would suit our channel, is Gomez Pythons, okay? Because he's got a black and green theme as well as us. He's done a really nice logo where you've got like dust going everywhere, and then he does a reverse one. And it's got the same, it's very similar to Mutation Creations, which I think is great. And I'm pulled towards that, Jared, where we do something similar to that. But I do like Joe's because I like the way he's got the angle.
Yeah, it's very clean.
And the music's great. So we're going to have fun. My son Adam and Nathan will be joining us for Christmas, and my son Adam is an IT whiz kid. So he's bought me a new computer that he's going to build for me so that our live shows are going to be smooth. I've got a live show, by the way, next Tuesday with Adam at Proper Royals, so if you want to be around for that, you have to be up at 2 o'clock in the morning. He's in the US.
It's 1 a.m.
1 a.m. It's 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm getting up on Tuesday morning to do a live show with Adam, and I do like Adam. I mean, him and I are very similar. We've got business backgrounds, and we're both getting into the hobby with our families together. So he's very professional. I think he's going to go far. And he gave us a big shout out on his live show last night, Jack. He said he's going to study the Premiership to see to have a conversation about the Premiership. And jokingly today, I said to Jad, because Jad's a Liverpool supporter, I'm a Spurs supporter. Don't hold that against us. But I said to Jad, I've been so busy, I've not really kept up with the Premiership. I watch it on the weekends, Match of the Day we have, and I watch that and enjoy the footy. But I probably need to do a little bit of homework myself before Adam starts. We probably know more about the Premiership than I do. But in the States, I know there's a big following on the Premiership. They love it. And American football's gone to another level now. They've got, they do well in the World Cups now, and they're doing really well. But anyway, let's have that. Let's get back to these girls.
Bottom one, Sienna.
Bottom one, Sienna. Now this one here, she's a very special girl to us, isn't she, Jad?
Yeah.
She produced your beautiful Super Cine. That one there?
Yeah.
Let's see how she's doing. She's got big follicles already. We've done it under the ultrascan. We know she's got 15 mil follicles right now. She didn't go last year, but she's going to potentially give us a huge clutch this year. I'm tempted, Jared, to do what they call a joint putting 2 males. I'm tempted to put 2 different males to her. And I'll tell you my rationale for that. Because at the moment Elvis is going, we're trying to produce pandas, but we know there's a risk with that, and we're going to do a slow incubation. She's at 85, which is good.
She's beautiful.
So if she spends 2 months of her time incubating the embryos inside, we'll make sure that she's sat on a lower heat spot. 85 is about right. 85, 86 could be right. So there's a slower development of the embryos that might actually help with the kinking issue. But I'm also thinking, do we put our dream school boy to her as well? And do we produce some pieds that are 100% het for lavender, but also have the cinnamon in there. And I think they could look very special, Jared. In other words, we take a longer term view. And we could go for the instant panda pieds, which would be wonderful to get one of those. But the other option is to take a long term view, or we bring in the dreamsicle boy at the end.
He's not looking to anything at all.
No,
so.
but I think by the time she gets there, I think he'll be ready.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is the strategy is, do we go for a jaw clutch? If she gives us 10 eggs, she's likely to give us a big clutch. She gave us 8 before, didn't she? And that was when she was much smaller.
We'll have a look at it.
What we're going to do is we've got to look, and Jared, we were going to show the Batman IG. Why don't you show the Batman IG?
Oh yeah.
Because I was going to...
So he hasn't actually said exactly what it is, but he's put some emojis there, which if I show you...
While you do that, I'll get...
That's the snake.
BG Python.
So this is Rattle Snacks Limited, and it looks to me as if that's an Orange Dream Fire Confusion Batman. That's what I'd guess from those emojis. But it's wicked looking.
Yeah, it is nice, Jared.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations for hitting that.
Yeah, so we're now going to give a shout out here. Now this video is by Ben, who's got a company called BG Pythons. He's building a YouTube channel. He's got 200 plus subscribers. He's only just started to do this, so go give him some love, guys. He's a very, very nice person. Well, I connect with him. I think we've got a lot of similarities. We both think alike, and we even talk alike as well. We're both very posh English gentlemen, really, I think. Well, maybe not for me anyway, but
depends who you're talking to.
But here we have is that the interesting thing, what I like about him, as I said earlier, is that he's a futuristic person and he does us very much like his technology. So if we have a look at his latest video.
Hi there, welcome back to BG Pythons. This is just a very quick update on a recent acquisition and on the Retix and Reptiles Radiant Heat Panel. So I've been using the heat panel for a bit of time now and pretty happy with it. I used it on the mesh and so forth, and it's worked perfectly fine, so really pleased. I think it's a really great product. Now, by way of an update on the last video that I did, the plug situation is something that is an EU regulation. It's not just with the Retix and Reptiles radiator panel, it's also with the Habitat one. So unfortunately, when you do get them, and like I have now done with this IM cage, I've had to cut the plug, which does invalidate the warranty. However, so far so good. It's seemingly working really well. I've got this nice colour of green because I've just purchased my first green tree python. Absolutely gorgeous snake. I'm really over the moon by it. I will be sort of going to limit the handling anyway, but I'm going to do another video and I will take him or her out to show you how fabulous it looks like. But I'm letting the snake settle in, as you should do, and I want to get some food into it first so I know it's comfortable. But I have fitted the Retix and Reptiles radiator in the Viv, and it seems to be holding temps really well. I also said that I'd look into the Habitat reptile cage to check that it would fit, if you can see that. It does fit perfectly round.
Right, thank you, Ben. I think he's got... What do you think of that snake, Jared?
Yeah, I love green tree.
We're going to get one day, and I know that Ben's planning to get a second baby that's very colourful. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's version. Thank you, Ben, for your support. Thank you, everyone, for your love and comments. Please feel free to comment on the video. Have a wonderful day, and we'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.